Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Daily Nature Journal. I'm just catching up with my weather for the week. I've been scribbling it down in my work notebook. Now that I'm ready to use this page, I think I'm going to put it all along here along the top. I've got this piece of paper here to protect my pressed flowers. So that's how it's going to be laid out. I've just got to fill in now my symbols, and then I should be ready to move on from this page. So if you haven't seen how I do these weather observations before in my earlier videos, I have the simple little weather symbol for just generally what the weather was doing that day. I have an indication of how strong the wind was. No mark means no wind, and a big W means a lot of wind. And I also have a record of my own mood and energy levels. So when the sun was shining and I was out in the woods on the 4th of February, my energy levels were very high and I was feeling really good about things. And today they're kind of at a more moderate level. It's really nice to keep a little bit of a record of how you're feeling when you're doing your journaling. So I'm going to move on in here today. I think I'm going to go on to this one. Now, one thing that I don't do in my journal is go in chronological order. And this is a personal choice, but I kind of prefer to mix it up a bit and have different dates all within the same month. Because then you can be more creative with the layout and you can start to fill in little gaps, and it kind of becomes a nice fun little process, rather than feeling like you have to keep on cycling through until you get to the end of your allocation for the month. Now, yesterday I went down to the duck pond in the nature reserve across the road to observe the ducks and feed them and feed the robins too. So while I was out, I made a few observations and did a few sketches of the ducks at the pond. Let's have a look at this video of the ducks. Now, they're getting quite boisterous in their behaviour now. There's a lot of chasing going on. They're starting to think about pairing up for spring. You see there's lots of males on this pond and they're constantly chasing each other around. You see the female flapping her wings there. If you're interested in drawing birds, a great place to start for beginners is ducks, because a lot of these sorts of ducks at a pond like this, they'll let you get close to them and you can spend time observing them. Quite often you'll find some sleeping near the side of the pond, and then they're not moving around too much, so you can sketch those too. So I've got stills from the video of the ducks, and I go straight in with lines because I want to have a free feeling. It doesn't matter if I make mistakes, and I just want to lay out where the ducks are going to be positioned. If you're less confident, you might want to sketch out your subject first in pencil. Now, I'm just going to write in a few little observations. Now, most of my more detailed written observations of the ducks I did outside while watching them. This is just a little sketch based on that time outdoors. I'm using a little bit of the Derwent Inktense again, just to add some bright colour highlights on the tops of the ducks' heads and the beaks. But the majority of this I'm continuing to use my botanical inks. Have you ever tried sketching ducks down your local pond? Really great place to start with a bit of sketching. I'd like to hear about that if you've tried it. Don't worry about the ducks keeping still, it's all about those quick sketches. So I'm going off on a longer walk tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to filming a few videos for you while I'm out there. So please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of that. And if you want to help me out, like the video, and perhaps even consider checking out my Patreon. So I think I'm quite happy with this. It's got some movement in it because the sketches were quite quick. I think it looks nice across this page. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.